Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be getting ready for date night. We're doing the full glam routine today. I actually did my hair over on TikTok, so if you guys want to see that, make sure you check it out. But if you guys just want to hang out, get ready with me, maybe you guys are doing date night, girls night, maybe just getting ready for the day for work, be on the background and let's jump into it. I need to start with my peptide lip mask, or Juicy Peptide Lip Balm. These are from Makeup Revolution. I've talked about them before. I actually did a sponsored post with them over on Instagram and TikTok, and I love them. This one specifically is in the shade Ice. It smells like grapefruits, and it's really good for like a prep mask because it doesn't have any color to it. Although if you like something with a little bit of tint to it, this one right here in the shade Strawberry is so good. It adds like the perfect amount of pink to your lips without looking like a little kid pink. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I already did my brows. The only thing I have in them right now is my NYX brow glue, and you guys know I have been using my Grande brow serum. Although the other day when I had my hair disaster, I was getting ready in the morning, and you know in the morning when you're just a little tired, like you don't really know what's going on, that's what happened, and I trimmed my brow hairs. I decided that day was at like 6 in the morning was the perfect day to trim my brow hair. Cut it way too short, honestly. So now I have been trying to like fill in that top area, which is so annoying because I made so much progress with the growth of my brows. I am now incorporating a new eye mask, under eye treatment into my routine. This is the SkinCeuticals Age Advanced Eye Cream, and this is so thick. I don't know if you guys can see. This is a very thick cream. I use just a little bit of it. And one thing about me, I love an eye cream that gives a little bit of a dew, like a glow. Like I want to look like I have a facial going on. I think I got some in my eye and it's actually kind of burning. So my face in general, like my face skin is looking very dull. So let's put on some skincare. First things first, we have to address that I have a visitor. So let's get into some skincare. So I have the Keys. What is this? The Let Me Glow Illuminating Serum. I honestly do not need anything else on my face that is going to break me out. So the fact that I'm trying something new today, I'm like, is this the serum that Michaela likes to use? I want to see if it actually has like shimmer in it because it says illuminating. Oh, yes it does. My face looks super pale compared to the rest of my body. I self-tanned this morning. You guys know I used the Loving Tan 2-Hour Express. Oh, wow. That's pretty. The Loving Tan 2-Hour Express in the shade Dark. And I literally leave it on for 2 hours. Ooh, smells good. It smells kind of like roses. And I feel like a little bit of this goes a long way. Actually, a little bit of this goes a very long way. So normally I self-tan at night, leave it on for 2 hours, then I rinse it off. I don't really like going into my sheets with self-tan on just because if you guys self-tan, you know it gets messy. So I typically just wash off before I go to bed. But you guys know the tanner still has to develop on your skin after you wash off that like first bronzing guard for like 7 hours afterwards. That's why I like doing it because it'll develop overnight. Here is another new product. I guess today we're just going to be super hydrated, super glowy. So this is the Too Faced Hangover RX. Am I saying that right? I always say Hangover RX, but it's like the prescription hangover replenishing face primer. I used to use this all the time. Honestly, we're just gonna go for it and see what happens. I feel like with date night stuff, honestly, that was so much product. I don't know why I squeezed that much out. I feel like I can get away with more glowy products because I'm like not outside in the sun. I'm not doing too much. Like my activity for the day is going on a date. I think I want to put some lotion on my body too. So we're gonna use the Tree Hut Vanilla Body Butter. I love this because it's a very, I would say it's like a neutral sweet scent. So it's not too much, but it definitely does still smell like super girly and feminine. I feel like on date nights, it's so fun to just use all your girliest products. Also, this one's really nice because it has a very, I mean, you guys probably won't even be able to see it with that jingle. It has a very slight golden shimmer to it. If you guys have not seen my latest video, I highly recommend that you guys go see it if you are interested in what happened to my hair and what's going on with my hair. Recently, I have been going in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow, and I use a brush to blend that in. I don't know. I ordered some stuff from Opoly. I really like Opoly. I'm wearing one of their jumpsuits today. If you guys are on the more petite side, Opoly sizing is very small, and their extra small is actually that size. I always have an issue finding clothes that actually fit me, and Opali is very, very good at that. Go in with the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I mentioned this when I first tried it out in a different video, and I really like it. It is a little bit bigger than I'm used to, but I feel like it works well with the e.l.f. Halo Glow. Like, it distributes it perfectly. I need to get a new one because I don't know if you guys can see, this is pretty much empty now. And I just love this stuff. I know a lot of you guys say it breaks you out, which is so unfortunate because, oh my goodness, if I could put everybody onto this and everybody's skin wouldn't react to it, I think you all would love it. You could wear this product even if you're not wearing makeup, like you just want your overall skin tone to be a little bit more uniform. e.l.f. Halo Glow is your girl. I wish we were like on live so you guys could tell me what I should put on. We have Revlon. Do you guys remember when I tried this in a video? But I think I might go in. It might fit me, dewy and smooth. Haven't used this one in a long time, but that's because I just don't want a ton of coverage. And I feel like sometimes, since I love the formula of this, I go a little overboard with it and it's just too much coverage. And then we do have the Maybelline Skin Tint as well. I just feel like, again, with this one, I tend to go overboard as well. Is that since I have to dot it on my face, I feel very mindful. Like, I know where I'm putting the product and I'm not putting too much. Whereas if it was in a pump, for some reason, my brain tells me you have no choice but to put a full pump. And anyways, yeah, I had a hair disaster. I really encourage you guys to go watch that video if you haven't, because I talk about it all over there. But all that to say, I do have K-tips back in my hair. Yeah, I did not think we were going to be here. I definitely was fully dedicated to my natural hair journey, and it just makes me so sad. Well, actually, I can't even say it makes me sad. You guys know I'm very positive. I always preach looking at the bright side of things, always, no matter what the situation is. And the situation with my hair is no exception. I'm looking at the bright side of it. Honestly, my hair looks so good with these K-tip extensions in. I cannot wait to curl them for the first time because I haven't had them for that long. I washed them for the first time last night, and I'm starting to use Milbon. I don't know if you guys have heard Milbon or if you guys use it yourselves. It's supposed to be like that, girl. Let's use the brush and blend it down. I think we have to cover this again because the sponge kind of took away some coverage. I love the way blowouts look, and Stacy gave me the prettiest haircut. I mentioned that in my other video as well. Almost not like a butterfly haircut because honestly, I think the damage had a lot to do with the way that my haircut had to happen, but it looks so pretty. I need to go back to Stacy actually, guys, and I'll probably take you. It has to be sometime this week. Let me know down in the comments below when I'm finished. Wait till I'm finished so you can see my hair, but let me know down in the comments below if I should make my roots a little bit darker to accentuate the blonde or if I should just leave it. Because when I go back to Stacy, the original plan was to make my roots darker. I think the sponge is from Tarte. I'm not really sure, but the color of this, I feel like gives Tarte, so I'm just gonna go with it. I have not found a sponge that I like as much as the heart-shaped ColourPop sponge that I used for the first time. Do you guys remember when I was wearing like that brown corset in that video? Oh, my last makeup video. Yeah, like I feel like this just took away so much coverage. At least up close it does. The texture of your sponge really matters. If you won't do it, I know a brush will. So I feel like you just need to be that good. So I already opened these and actually tried them over TikTok. So like I mentioned, if you guys are following me over there, follow me over there because I feel like the majority of my reviews go up first over there just because they're easier. These are the new Dominique Cosmetic Cream Bronzer. This is what the outer packaging looks like. And I'm like, okay, it's cute. Like, I feel like her whole branding is very mauve. Look at this packaging. The actual packaging of the cream bronzers is stunning. To show you guys that the actual component does not match, like it doesn't look as pretty as the outside. I guess that's why they always say don't judge a book by its cover, but I judged a book by its cover. When I opened it, I was like physically shocked. Here is the shade medium tan. These are very, very creamy. These bronzers are definitely more of like a waxy formula. So I have been using the shade Light Tan. I love this sort of packaging. I just love like dipping a brush inside of a product. You guys know I have been using my Milani Cheek Kiss bronzer for a while. And here is what they look like compared to each other. I will definitely say Dominique Cosmetics, these bronzers are a bit more waxy. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for. A bit more waxy, but they're very, very pigmented. I'm gonna swatch the Milani bronzer right next to it so you guys can see the difference. Milani is a bit more cool tone. Since they are a bit more on the orangey side, well, I do have two other colors, but I just feel like they run a bit deeper. Tone it down a little bit and add a tiny bit of coolness. So we're actually gonna take my Morphe Sun and Done Smooth Glide Bronzing Stick. You guys see me use this all the time. Like, I am obsessed with this. The shade is in Sand Beach. I should try other shades and let you guys know how I feel about them. I have talked about this brush a lot, and actually it is on sale right now at Ulta for $8. So normally it's $12, but it's on sale for $8. And I highly recommend, if you guys have been looking for a new cream bronzer brush, to pick this one up because you will not be disappointed. This color bronzer is honestly probably one of my favorites. It works when I'm fair, but it also works when I'm tan. Love this brush. This brush dropped with the Hot Shot bronzers and blushes, the liquid ones, which I still love so much and honestly use all the time. It just depends like what type of mood I am in. Honestly, truly, like, am I in a mood to really want to do makeup, or do I just want to get it on my face and go? So I'm gonna go in with a second layer. This is the concealer that I almost always use. It's a Makeup Revolution IRL concealer. Isn't it crazy how you can have an insecurity and nobody else will know, but as soon as you point it out, people will start noticing it? I feel like we should all just keep our insecurities to ourselves. Especially if you're around toxic people. When I tell you, they will use anything against you. So you know what? Just keep it to yourself. Don't say anything. I promise you guys, we see things in ourselves way more than other people say. All that to say, because I saw something in myself right now and I was going to mention it, but I was like, I am almost 100% positive you guys would never guess. I'm just going to use my Rare Beauty Hope blush. I feel like this is my go-to when I have girls' nights or when I just don't want to think about like what color blush I put on. I feel like this is the one that I go for. And typically I use my sponge to blend it out, but I want to try something new today and try this Tarte sponge, and I feel like I'm just not feeling it. Like, I don't know. It's just not that girl. So I'm going to use a brush to blend it out and then maybe use the sponge to kind of diffuse the color. Anyways, all that talk that I was talking about insecurity, I was kind of talking to myself. I'm just making like, I know you guys are on the other side of this video, obviously watching it, and I genuinely feel like that. I've got a few questions before from just like friends or whatever. People ask me like, how does it, like, how can you film? How do you talk to a camera and just like basically sit alone and talk to a camera? And I'm like, well, first of all, if any of you guys have ever met me in person or you know me in person, you know that I can talk. Like, I honestly will not stop talking. I can talk about anything. We have a great conversation. People that I first meet for the first time, we could get into it, girl. I think I just love like human interaction. That's why when I was working at a normal job, like, you know, a lot of my makeup jobs, I love them so much because I just loved meeting new people, talking to new people, showing them what they can do with their face. I feel like some people are just built for that, and I feel like I'm built for that. So when I'm sitting here alone for 2+ hours talking to the camera, I feel like I don't really think about it too much. I just kind of do it. I'm really just out here talking, you know? I honestly could not tell you where that conversation was going. I'm gonna clean up underneath my bronzer because sometimes I feel like it gets a little muddy down there. Oh, you know what I just remembered? I never put the Dominique bronzer on. I'm gonna do it for you guys just so you can see. I feel like a little bit of this also goes a long way. And since I used it before on a TikTok video, that's how I know it's a little bit orangey, because I love trying new products, especially cream, like base products. The base is my favorite thing to do. So I tried it and I just like assumed it was good. I was looking back editing the video and I was like, ooh, that's kind of orangey, huh? Like, I maybe could have toned it down. One of you guys in one of my last videos let me know that SheGlam actually came out with a wooden version of neutral. I had bought 2 neutral like maybe a month ago, went through them both. I tell you guys, I've told you guys this before, but I blow through neutral from SheGlam in like the regular retractable form. I believe just because they're so creamy, and honestly, I love the shade of it. We'll be trying that today. And I also got the shade Strawberry Milk from SheGlam. This is their Crystal Glaze Moisturizing Lip Care. I believe this is just supposed to be like the dupe for the Laneige Lip Glowy Bombs. So we'll be trying this out. Honestly, that's probably going to be like my favorite part. Since I feel like I lost a lot of the coverage by using the sponge, I decided to go in with the Fit Me powder. This one is the lightest one, I believe, like in the shade Fair. Yeah, and 05 Fair. And I'm being very gentle with this because this is not a baking powder. You guys know I love to bake my under eyes. This is actually a finishing powder, so it has coverage to it. So if you guys use the Fit Me powder and have flashback and you're wondering why, it's because these are just pigmented powders and they're actually not meant to bake. But I'm gonna take a fluffier brush and kind of blend away this bake right here. I'm gonna leave it right under my eyes, but this section right here where it transitions into the blush, I don't want it sitting there for a long time. We're gonna do this bronzer right here, and I'm using one of my OG brushes I used to love that sheds so much. It's gonna be all over my face, honestly. It's the Morphe M530. And I like this bronzer because it's a little bit more cool tone. It's not too orange. I feel like my MAC Give Me Sun is very orange and I have to be very careful with that. But I also do love to add a little bit of like luminescence with my Made by Mitchell bronzer. This is in the shade Cinnamon Girl. And this one I go very lightly. And I put that over top of the bronzer, but I almost like, I don't know how to describe, kind of like veil it over. Okay, let's dip into some MAC blushes. I think I'm going to try Gingerly. You know how I was telling you guys I want to use like a little bit more pinky tones in my face. I just want to see what Gingerly looks like. Oh. No, it definitely is like a bronzer. Am I saying that right? Like a blush and a bronzer. Very pretty. It is pulling up kind of peachy on me. We're gonna do MAC Blush Baby, which is just a staple, one of my favorites. I am one of those girls that touches their hair a lot, for sure. Like, especially my bangs, I'm always trying to make sure my bangs are in the perfect placement. So especially this part of my forehead needs to be set. Otherwise, with the constant touching, it is just gonna be like obliterated, like completely gone. There are several products in my routine that I try to put you guys onto, like trust me. But when I tell you about this brow glue right here from Ardell, get it from Amazon. It's like $9. You won't regret it. I've had this for a long time and I still haven't bought a second one. Like, we have a few different options for palettes today. So this is the Too Faced, the Natural Nudes. Oh, complexion inspired by. This palette is gorgeous. I love these like rosy mauve tones right here. Obsessed with this palette. The shimmers are so pretty. And this brown shade over here is very pigmented. I love to use it as eyeliner. And we also have the Natasha Denona, the warm palette. So you guys have seen her cool palette. This is her warm tone version. Get a load of that. These look stunning. This whole section, like all this right here, looks so fall to me. Wow. Date night color. Look at those. So I normally don't like blink out my eyelids and then set them with powder, but I did today just because I feel like when I want to do a little bit extra like glam on my eyes, I like to start with a completely blank base so that way I could see what's really going on, because I do have some darkness discoloration in my eyelids, but like most of us do. We're humans. And if I put a color on top of that, sometimes the natural color of my eyelids will play with that color and sometimes it doesn't look the best. So I decided to go in with some matte shades from the Natasha Denona palette. I'm going in with actually these two shades right here. I started off with the shade Ripe. which I thought was going to be like a nice, warm, like very neutral transition color. It actually turned out super peachy on my eyes. So that's why I decided to go in with Soft Spot, which is probably the most perfect neutral brown that I've ever put on my eyes. Like, honestly, that looks so bomb. I'm debating, I'm going to keep adding a bit more Soft Spot a little further into my eyelid, like a little past the outer corner. I am trying to decide if I want to do a darker lid, or like a, not a darker lid, but a more toned down lid, or I want to keep it super bright. Wow, that color looks so pretty. I think we're gonna stick to the Natasha Denona palette and go in with the shade Mellow. Ew. Ooh, I'm just worried that that might be a little too orangey. Let's try Seashell from Too Faced. I think I did this the other day though. Now, for the price of this palette, I know Natasha Denona palettes are a bit expensive. I would love to see a lighter bone color just to kind of lighten everything up, like a matte shade. For example, the shade Swan right here. Love that, because you can use that not only as a highlight, but also to just lighten up or give dimension to any other color. I mean, you guys just have to see how good this shade right here, Truffle, is. You guys know I love to use eyeshadows as eyeliner. I feel like it's a little bit less scary. If you guys are just getting into doing winged liner, I highly recommend starting, well, depending on your skin tone, but like with a, maybe not a black, but something a little less than black. So for me, that would be a darker brown. I'm using this Trixie Cosmetics HL32 brush. And what I do is I just kind of like line my actual eyelid all the way across. Like I stamp it on. You want to get a decent amount of eyeshadow on there because you need the pigment to show up. If you don't get enough eyeshadow, the pigment's not going to show up. And honestly, it'll just get fallout under your eyes. So annoying. Go in afterwards and with the tiniest, thinnest line you can imagine. I've been using the Lancome Ultra Precise Waterproof Liner. This one is in the shade Brown. Well, I don't know if it's in Matte Syrup Brown. The prettiest brown liner. I just know that this is expensive. They did send it over to me, but I do love it. It is a very pretty like chocolate brown color. And what I use this to do is the inner corner of my eye right here and a little bit on the base of the wing to really amplify it. I'm not gonna lie, even after the shower, most of the time I curl them just because I feel like it just adds a little something. So I have been using this a lot lately. This is the e.l.f. Lash Extender. And if you guys saw my little haul that I did, I got this from the e.l.f. headquarters. This is a tubing mascara. One eyelash extension left on this eye right here. You guys know I probably won't be getting lash extensions again. Honestly, it's just not for me. I want it to be for me because it's so easy to wake up and have lashes already on. But I feel like they made my eyes look a little bit droopy. I do believe it's because my lashes are so straight that the eyelash extension has nothing to like curl upon, if that makes sense. Sometimes I would curl the lash extension, they would look bomb. I mean, it's kind of hard because I do have like eyeshadow and eyeliner on, but can you see that mascara? This is only one coat. I did a pretty thin layer. I like to let it dry and then do a second coat. But I saw on Douse's TikTok that he doesn't really put mascara at the base of his lashes because that weighs down the lashes and makes them fall. And I don't know why, I feel like that was the most groundbreaking sentence I have ever heard. So I stopped putting mascara at the base of my lashes because I'm so used to, you know, like the old school way we're taught is to put at the base of your lash, wiggle and pull out, wiggle and pull out. But when you have straight lashes, you try to do everything in your power not to have them fall because honestly, no matter how much you curl them, they probably still will fall. Since I've been doing Douse's way, they have actually stayed curled. It's insane. So something I always do, and I swear to you guys will probably see me in the future with a tattooed beauty mark right here. I feel like it completes me. You guys probably can't even see it from there, but I think it's the cutest little, and I honestly feel like the eyeshadow came out really pretty. I like it so far. I do feel like my blush is like not exactly what I would want. So I'm gonna take some of this one right here from Kylie. Now it's lash time. We need to do this eye because this eye is already done. And you guys will be so excited to know that I have approved my last set of lashes that I found the style that I like. I just need to name them and then find a name for myself. So if you guys have been around for a while, you know I used to have a lash brand. Oh my gosh, I mean, I literally just named it after myself, Just Lashes. But I feel like I am in such a different place in my life. Like I want something a little bit more me. You know, I'm 25, I'm growing up. My last lash packaging was very, how do I say it? I loved it. It was me at the time, but it's not me anymore. And something about me, I will never work with a brand that's not me, or I'll never put out something that's not me. I just feel so uncomfortable. I know there's a lot of people that are okay with doing stuff like that, but not me, girl. Like it needs to be fully me in there. And they are actually clusters, as you guys can see. 3 little clusters on my eye, just because I usually don't like a full lash. I like something that's a little softer, I guess you could say. I don't know if I want to use this. I love the clusters because you can use them with a Falscara bond. And I say Falscara, not just like the Kiss Falscara bond. You can use any lash bond that you want. So you can make these last a few days. I personally like to put them underneath my lashes. So I'll put on a coat of mascara, a coat or 2 of mascara, and then apply these right under my lashes. Just like this so you guys can see. You know, like when you tightline and you have that skin underneath your eye, I'm not putting the lashes there. I'm putting it on my actual lashes, just underneath rather than above. And I like that because when you're looking down, you cannot see any lash band at all. I don't really like when you can see a lash band. So I am so excited. I actually approved 2 different styles. One is a little bit more uniform and flared, and the other one is a little bit more, I would say like crisscross wispy. All my little samples that I got sent over, I've used all of them. So I'm like, let's make a bulk order so I can actually take about 10 pairs out of there because they're like my everyday lashes. Like I mentioned, this is just 3 clusters. So you could add a 4th one right in the inner corner and make it a full lash. You can also add an extra cluster on top of the outer corner and make an extra cat eye. Like these are very customizable lashes that you'll be getting. And I love them. You know how I was telling you guys that the under eye powder is not made for baking, and then I literally bake my under eyes with it? Well, this is what it looks like completely wiped off, and I feel like it's just a bit too bright. So I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury powder. This one is in the shade 2. Of course, it's a finishing powder, so I like to add it over top of my under eye if it's a bit too bright like this. And also just the finish of Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder is so beautiful. I am so mad. So I'm opening up my She Glam lip liners for us to try out, and they sent over the wrong shade. I was opening, this is for the wooden pencils that just came out. First of all, they are so long, like this is insane. And I was like, why does it say first class right there? And then I look at the shade name. Why does it say first class? The shade that I need is neutral. So we were gonna see if they're the same or not. So we have the shade First Class right here, and then here is the retractable version of neutral. So honestly, this is what the packaging looks like, super long. And then I don't know if you guys can see right here, there is actually a sharpener on the lid. I have personally never seen that before. Ooh, that looks so pretty. First impressions, they are pigmented. As you guys can see, like they glide on perfectly, but they're not too pigmented. I don't like a lip liner that is too pigmented because you can't really work with it. Once you get that one line on there, it's kind of like, that's it. Here's First Class. I love the formula of these pencils. I am very saddened, very disheartened that I didn't get the shade neutral because the shade neutral is just my favorite color. And that's the whole reason I even bought these. So let's put neutral and the retractable on the other side. We have the shade neutral on this side, First Class on this side. What do you guys think? I feel like the shade neutral, I love it. It's just like my color. I feel like it goes with all my lip liners. And then we have this shade, which is actually really pretty. Like it's not bad at all. I'll definitely keep it, but I will be ordering the shade neutral in this so we can try it out because, okay, but I am actually really excited for this. I have also been trying to train myself to open things with scissors. I get a lot of compliments on my nails too, you guys. I have a whole tutorial up on my channel, so you guys can check that out. They're from Amazon. They're like less than $30, but they're actually press-ons, but I do the Gel X method. I truly do not feel like I'm put together unless I have my nails done. And sometimes I just do not have enough time to be painting on French tips on top of my nails. So this looks like a cotton candy princess. This reminds me of like Princess Lollipop from Candyland. This is in the shade Strawberry Milk. And I do believe this is the more mauve. If you guys can see that. Ooh, that is so pretty. It smells like strawberries. Let's put it on. I love this clear tip too. Like this little plastic clear tip. Ooh, do we like that? It's a little bit thicker in formula than I was expecting. It smells like strawberries and cream, like a strawberry crepe. Wow, that smells amazing. I honestly was not expecting this color to be this dark. The packaging is what sold me on this. When I go back right now to buy neutral in the wooden lip liner, I'll just get the clear version because I think I'll use the clear one a lot more often. All right, guys, I just finished my hair. If you guys want to see the tutorial on this, make sure to check out my TikTok. It has honestly been setting for a long time and I kind of brushed through it a lot, so I feel like the curls fell. But that's okay because I'm also going to start doing overnight, like blowouts, overnight curls, heatless or whatever. So I decided I'm going to do my hair wash day, use heat that day, and then every night following that, I'm just going to put my hair in like those heatless rollers. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in today. It's probably a long one because I know I talked. It's literally dark outside. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. I always like hanging out with you guys. You guys are my besties, literally. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you guys can see more videos. Unless something like my hair disaster happens, I'm usually posting once or twice a week here on YouTube. So if you guys want to see more of me, make sure you guys click the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.